Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here. Wait a minute. There goes a butterfly. That's a good sign. In the heart of nature, baby, 10 signs you're an empathetic healer. Let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, and it feels good. Someone wrote to me saying that they're not sure if they are an empath or not, but they have this ability, like empaths, to feel what other people are going through, this capacity to put themselves in the other person's position and experience exactly what they're going through. Has that ever happened to you? Do you ever find yourself absorbing other people's energies? And sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's kind of overwhelming, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Beautiful deep divers, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. I grew up an intuitive empath, meaning I was able to pick up other people's energies. Plus, I'm a Pisces born on March 3rd, which makes it even worse or better because I see being an empath as a gift. That's why it's 10 signs you're an empathetic healer, because many empaths have a secret gift of healing, right? But if you don't know how to use this gift, it can sometimes be overwhelming. So how do you really know you have this gift of the empathetic healer? I remind myself when I was really young, I would walk into different rooms and just be able to read people, pick up all of their energies. Goodness, it was overwhelming for a 12-year-old. What's the first sign you're an empathetic healer? Baby, talk to me, Ralph. You put yourself in other people's shoes. Now, I made a video yesterday, day before yesterday, and the day before that. I make videos pretty consistently. Someone wrote in the comment section, Lil Peep. I said, what? Who's that? They put R.I.P. Lil Peep. I've never heard of that person. And then I realized, okay, this was an artist who touched a lot of people's lives and he passed away. Some people were saying it was an overdose. Some people were saying they don't really know what happened, but drugs were involved, okay? And then I went to listen to his music and I'm like, whoa. I can see why he affected so many people, because he was different. Whenever you're different, you're onto something else. Then I started to read his Instagram posts, and some of it was kind of disturbing, because this was someone, as an empath I know, who needed help. He was crying for help. And sometimes when you're an artist, it can become very overwhelming when you have to please an audience, but you've still got problems of your own. As an intuitive empath, I realized he needed help. And that's why I continue to make these videos, because I get tons of emails from people writing to me saying, Ralph, your videos have saved my life. They've helped me to not commit suicide. They've helped me grow, become a better person, right? That's why I do it. So I was putting myself in his shoes. I was like, gosh, that's terrible. I was, for a split second, feeling, gosh, what a waste of talent. What a waste of talent, right? So that's a sign you're an empathetic healer, okay? When you start tapping into other people's emotional states, when you start putting yourself in their position, putting yourself in their shoes, feeling what they're going through, and it can become overwhelming. However, the healing side of it, the benefit is that you can help somebody, maybe in a similar situation. If you are an empath, you see someone who's silently crying for help, you go and help that person. That's what I'm doing every single day. That's why Infinite Waters has over 1 million YouTube subscribers. Slow motion this side. Same thing when Tupac passed away. I'm like, gosh, so young, so talented, right? I was like, gosh, he helped me through so many hard times, okay? That's what empaths do. They put themselves in other people's positions you tap into other people's emotions. Just realize that it's a gift once you cultivate it, because you can now lend a helping hand to these people. What's the second sign you are an empathetic healer? Now, what's helped me along my journey, because I started to realize, whoa, I'm a little bit different. When I was like 11 years old, okay, I was highly intuitive. Intuition emanates from the Latin intuere, which means to notice, okay? That's a sign you are an empathetic healer. Are you noticing things out of the ordinary? Maybe you go to a party, you go to a social gathering, and you're like noticing so many things people don't even blink an eyelid at, right? So that's a super sign you are an empathetic healer, because many empathetic healers, the reason why they are healers is because they can pay attention to detail. As a psychologist, as a counselor, but more so as an infinite being, when I'm talking to someone, when people send me their messages, I'm able to notice very quickly, just like that, if something is up with them, right? Even when I meet people, I can read their energy. I can read their vibes. I can feel their vibes, baby, from like a mile away. If you can do that too, that's a sign you are an empathetic healer. And look, being an empath is not something you can just learn or buy in a shop, okay? I want to be an empath. How much does it cost, right? It's a gift. Many empaths don't choose to be empaths, okay? This is something, it's a gift you're born with, okay? So, intuition is a clear sign you are an empathetic healer. If you are noticing, if you are perceiving on a deeper level, it's a beautiful feeling, right? You just need to know how to cultivate the gift. What's the third sign you're an empathetic healer? Now, I started to notice this, deep divers, that I would be in crowded spaces, okay? And I would feel very uncomfortable because I'm picking up other people's energies. It wasn't actually when I was there, like I would be at stadiums, I would be in like carnivals, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. I'm a Pisces, I'm pretty social. However, I'm a water sign, baby, which means I feel everything. Scorpios, I love you. Pisces, I love you. Cancers, I love you. I love everyone in the zodiac. Look, if you feel overwhelmed in crowded places, even at work, that's a sign you're an empathetic healer, because you have this ability to tap into other people's energetic frequencies. It's just that when you're young, you don't know how to use this gift. That's why it can become a burden. It can become overwhelming. You're like, Ralph, I feel so stuck right now. Hold on a minute. So what did I do? When I was in crowded spaces, I realized, okay, being an empathetic healer, all I have to do is set up healthy energetic boundaries. I have to become wise to choose where I want to place myself. So I don't always go downtown over there. I don't go to crowded places, right? I don't go to crowded places. I'm always by the beach. I'm in the mountains. I'm traveling a lot to the most exquisite nature places in the world. Why? Because I'm an empathetic healer. I need to be pampered, baby. Okay? So you often find when you are around a lot of people, you start getting an overload of their energy, and we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that. So as an empath, as an empathetic healer, be wise where you place yourself. Place yourself in an environment which is helping you become your greatest version. Many empaths need their own space, okay? And that's beautiful because you have some serious healing to do because the world needs help. What's the fourth sign you're an empathetic healer? Now, what's helped me along my journey? 7-day vegan challenge. It's a beautiful feeling when you are eating better, when you are juicing, when you got the green juice, when you got the mango juice, when you have the apricot juice, when you got the wheatgrass, when you've got the maca powder, okay? When you've got the dates, the hazelnuts, the Brazil nuts, you catch my drift. It's a beautiful feeling, right? However, many people, including myself, who transitioned to a plant-based diet, what happened to us? Yes, we became more sensitive. Okay, so I now became an empathetic healer times 10, because I was becoming more sensitive based on the kinds of foods I was eating. I was eating a karma-free diet, okay? And that's what happens. That's a sign you're an empathetic healer, because as an empath, you don't want to cause harm to other life forms who don't know how to support or protect themselves. Meaning, as an empath, you sense what other life forms are going through. You don't want to inflict pain or violence on another life form you can't create. Slow motion this side. And that's what happened to me. I would eat meat over 13 years ago before I became a vegan, and I would actually be eating the meat and then feel like all of this animal's past history. It was butchered, it was tortured, right? And I'm like, I can feel that in my DNA. And that's why so many empaths are vegetarians, or they're vegan, or they're raw foodists, because they know that animals are our friends. They are rooting for the underdog. Come on, cows. We love you. Come on, goats. We love you. Come on, pigs, right? They love pigs, especially pigs, right? That's empaths for you. What's the fifth sign you're an empathetic healer? Okay, this is, you are prone to, wait for it, the emotional drive-by. What is that, Ralph? That's when someone pulls up to you really quick, right? And they just dump all of their problems onto you. And it happens to me a lot. Yes. Every single day, people send me thousands of messages, long essays telling me what's happening with them. But I'm cool with it because this is what I do. However, when I was younger, it was overwhelming, right? And empaths, okay, this is a sign you're an empathetic healer. If people are always coming to you with their problems. Now, Pisces are naturally empathetic healers. That's why they are Reiki practitioners, physiotherapists, and doctors and things like that, right? If you are prone to that emotional drive-by, constantly having people telling you stuff, like, why are people always telling me stuff, Ralph? I didn't even ask them, they just tell me stuff. Happens to me all the time. People tell me the whole life story. I'm like, I didn't even ask. Oh well, right? That's a sign you're an empathetic healer, because people can sense you are an empathetic healer. That's why they trust you. That's why they tell you stuff. Why you? Why did they tell you? Because they know you're gonna feel what they're going through. Okay, and that can become very overwhelming if you don't know how to cultivate the gift. But once again, it's empathetic healer. So empath, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm picking up other people's energies. Healer, you can transform them around. Slow motion this side. So what do I do as an empath when someone tells me their problems? And sometimes it gets kind of overwhelming. Deep divers, I say this, okay. Right now, I'm gonna take some me time and go to the beach. Then I'm gonna come back and help you out. You gotta learn how to fill your own cup first. You gotta learn how to become full first, whole within yourself. Sort your own life out first before you start helping other people. Every single day, this is what I do. I've been doing this a long time. That's why I can inspire millions of people as an intuitive empath. Okay, but if you can't, if you still need to get your shit together, then take time out, get it together, and then lend a helping hand, right? Otherwise, you're just gonna be, people are gonna keep doing emotional drive-bys on you, and that's really not fun right now. What's the sixth sign you're an empathetic healer? Baby, you are drawn to the healing arts. I was always drawn. When I was 4 years old, I said to my mom, I want to become a physiotherapist. She's like, where did you hear that word from? Then I said geologist. Then I said psychologist. I said anything with IST, right? I was always drawn to the healing arts, okay? To nature. I'm like, I want to be a physiotherapist, psychotherapist, counselor, right? I'm like, why do I want to be that? Obviously, I'm a Pisces, so that's why, but it's because I'm an intuitive empath, right? I know I'm here to help people. Why? Because I know what you're going through. I've dealt with anxiety. I know what it's like. I've been down. I've dealt with depression. I've come back. That's why I'm a psychologist. That's why I'm inspiring millions of people, because I walk your walk. I talk your talk. Well, not exactly, but I'm close. So you are drawn. If you are drawn right now to helping people heal, maybe you're posting on social media, helping to raise the vibration. You are an intuitive empath, because most people, frankly, can't be bothered. Empaths always want to help people less fortunate than themselves, because they are strong enough to do so. Or are you? So make sure you are strong enough to do so. Make sure that when you're sharing empaths, because that's what you're here to do, make sure you are standing on a solid foundation, and that's how you help others. At the same time, you help yourself. Okay, so I always realized I was an empathetic healer. I was an empathetic healer because I was just drawn to helping people. I'm like, I just want to mind, soul, body. Can we have a retreat right now? Let's go to Bali. What's the 7th sign? You're an empathetic healer. Now, what's helped me along my journey? How did I recognize this at such a young age? I realized, deep divers, one day I was walking around, as you do, and I started to notice that something isn't right with the world, okay? Many empathetic healers spend a lot of time overthinking. I'm like, something isn't right. Right? If you are constantly overthinking, ruminating, you might think that's a bad thing. But in essence, it could be that you know something is up, okay? Because like Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living, okay? So many empathetic healers are always constantly thinking. They're always constantly analyzing, okay? And sometimes, yes, that's a sign you're an empathetic healer, but how to make it work for you is to realize that analysis is paralysis. I realize as an empathetic healer, the way you really help people heal and yourself heal is by moving into the present moment 100%, okay? Enough overthinking, right? Because once again, empaths, we're taking frequencies from here, from there, from everywhere. So we are often overthinking. We're playing back things in our mind over and over and over again. There's a deer running over there. I'm an empath. I can sense it from a mile away. Right? That's what happens when you're in nature, baby. You get to see wildlife in its full effect. So you are an empathetic healer if you are overthinking, not just for yourself, but around other people's situations. Someone tells you something, you go home thinking about it, right? Once again, don't overwhelm yourself. Realize the best way to help someone is not by overthinking about their problems, is by actually moving into radical action, which can only happen when you embrace the power of now, baby. What's the 8th? What is the 8th sign you are an empathetic healer, okay? You crave solitude. That's right. You crave solitude like nobody else's business. You love to be alone because you need to recharge. That's a sign you're an empathetic healer. Look, a lot of people are always talking to me. That's why I spend a lot of time alone, because I'm like, apart from the cat down the road, everyone else can bugger off. Except you beautiful deep divers. I need to recharge, right? As an empathetic healer, as helping so many people, many empathetic healers, you know this when you really have to have a lot of, people say downtime, I say uptime, right? Recharge time. Do you always find yourself sometimes wanting to be alone for like half an hour every single day just to recharge, get your energy back because you've been dispersing it out to everyone? That's a sign you're an empathetic healer, baby. And it feels so good. What's the 9th sign? You're an empathetic healer. You are drawn to nature. You love nature, okay? You are drawn to animals in the most beautiful way. Every single day you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to find a new nature spot. Because many empathetic healers live it, Okay, they live in harmony with nature. They live in harmony with animals, okay? And that's a sign you're an empathetic healer. If you are at one with the universe, you're not separate from the world around you. You are part of all the beauty you see around you. That's a sign you're an empathetic healer. If you love different kinds of animals, exotic animals, spiders, lizards, dogs, cats, right? You just realize animals are friends. You're an empathetic healer, right? Because you've got love, you got a big heart, don't you? Right? Right. What's the 10th sign you are an empathetic healer? Baby, beautiful deep divers. It is this. Every single day, you are seeking the truth a lot more. Okay? You are seeking the truth about life. You are seeking the truth about reality. That's a sign you're an empathetic healer. You're on the quest. You are on the quest for truth, spiritual truth, because many times the material world is cool and everything, but if you are an empathetic healer, you're always about diving deep and finding more meaning in your life. You're all about adding more meaning into your life, and that's why your only priority is living in love and finding the truth, okay? And what's a bonus sign you're an empathetic healer? You are an excellent listener. You are listening to other people, sometimes even before you speak. What? You are listening to other people, sometimes even before you speak. You want to know what they're going through. You're compassionate, you're inquisitive, you have an inquiring mind for other people's concerns and problems and issues, right? And then you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I bit more than I could actually chew. You're an excellent listener. And that's why people know, that's why they give you all of their problems, because they're like, you'll listen to me, right? Once again, as an empath, as an intuitive empath, as an empathetic healer, how to really make it work for you is to listen to people, but don't allow your voice to be drowned out. Your voice matters too. Now it's time for you to take the main stage. You are worthy too. Don't just let people talk your ear off. It's time for you to start talking back. Speak even if your voice shakes, right? And that's how you become an even greater empathetic healer. And then, well, you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Beautiful deep divers, we are out here chillaxing in the heart of nature, just woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! Do you feel what I'm going through right now? Empaths? You do? I love you. We're connected.